Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a slightly unexpected Wildwood Grove update. You remember probably, I guess I need to give a big shout out to Coasting Rainbows and Gregory McFall Music, and my buddy Dirk Diggler may have even mentioned this to me after the last video, but remember when I said I couldn't see any creek work or any waterfall work or any of that stuff going in yet? Yeah, I was totally, absolutely wrong. Because those guys reached out to me on Instagram and they're like, man, Sdanwolf, you totally missed that. Have you never heard of Howards Landscaping? And I'm like, well, yeah, I've heard of them before though. You know, like Howards Landscaping, they're like the titans of the Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge landscaping companies, like really big players up there in the mountains. So, I didn't think anything of it. They're like, go look at their Instagram. And oh my God, those guys are doing Wildwood Grove. And one of the recent things that I saw they had did was when I was in Anakeesta about a month or two ago, those guys did all of their rock work and waterfalls and streams. And yeah, so Gregory and all of them are like, yeah, man, they've got like the creek bed laid. The waterfalls are planned out. Like they are doing a lot of stuff up there. Go check out their Instagram. And like instantly, as soon as I found them, looked it up, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is absolutely epic. So I reached out to Rex's company and them on Instagram and I said, hey, is there any way you guys care if I use some of your pictures and give an update, a Wildwood Grove update to maybe some of the people that haven't been to the park or don't even live around here and kind of, just view it through some of these YouTube videos? Your guys' pictures are awesome, just from being down on the ground. Like these are work site guys. They're actually in Wildwood Grove ground level, digging out the creek and the retention and the waterfall. Like they're doing this, and like they wrote me back and they're like, hey man, use whatever you think's useful, go ahead, appreciate it. And I'm like, perfect. So without further ado, let's jump in and let me show you some of these Rex Landscaping pictures directly from Wildwood Grove. So hold on one second, we will jump in and check these out. All right, guys, and here's the first awesome one. And just as far as look at, like, compared to the size of the men, how large this pond area is going to be right at the exit of the tunnel to Dragonflyer. And you've got the Mad Mockingbird in the background. This is, it's going to look absolutely incredible. And like we're seeing this, like they are so early in on this. They did say on Instagram that they are getting close, like water is they're almost ready for water. And, but just like I said, just as early as this is, look how awesome it always looks coming out of that first drop. Our second really interesting one here is, look guys, how like the cap and all of that water that's kind of going to flow down from the midsection of that hill right there, or kind of like the lower bottom portion of that hill. You could just imagine all the trees and the foliage, and like I would suspect like probably like old fallen logs and all that's going to be up there, kind of I would assume like hiding where the water is actually going to come from and flow down into the creek, and into these larger ponds. Just really, really cool rock work on this one. Really looking forward to seeing how all of that's going to be hid up there, like I said, with the trees and the bushes and, what they end up doing up there. Next one up is a really cool peel back shot of that main pond right after Dragonflyer's exit. This is kind of like the first little turn out of the tunnel exit, and kind of looking towards Thunderhead there in the background. But one thing too I noticed on Crazy Pop's video from a few weeks ago is Pete Owens said, out of the 33 million that is being spent on Wildwood Grove as a whole, over $1 million. I believe he said like $1.2 million or $1.3 million is being spent on landscaping alone. So they are definitely not skimping out on the landscaping. And like I said, we don't even have water yet. And look what these Rex Howard guys are able to, it's like they have even brought this, like this level of detail and storytelling to the landscape, is I think really is what's going to pull this whole this whole expansion off. And I think that is what, I love like this, the Carowinds and, all that, but they really do not hold a candle to Dollywood's level of theming. Like, this is really like some next level. This is kind of like it's quickly becoming like the Universal Studios and the Disney of the South. Like, as far as the attention to their theming goes, and bringing in crews like Rex to do this landscaping, it's just really like moving into 2019. It's just really sparking and taking them to that next level of detail and storytelling and theme making. Here's another little awesome shot they got, kind of peeling back, showing the main little path area and, the work that they're doing to the left and right side of the path. And look how, just creepy and ominous the Mystery Mine and Wild Eagle look back there, and kind of like that fog and this just really wet, soggy, rainy day they're working in back there. So really, really cool shot on that. And like I said, the equipment and the scale that they're bringing in on this, just a huge undertaking. And it's just, I really wish that I would have paid more attention to this from the train. But it was my first time there with the gimbal. So, how sometimes if you got like a new piece of filming equipment, you're kind of fooling with it and making sure everything's is going normal with it. And it was kind of like one of those situations where I couldn't see the forest for all of the trees. And I didn't even notice any of that stuff going on. So, next time, especially, like I said, if Dollywood, if they let me down in there with the press pass in February, we'll get down in there, and I definitely guarantee I will be paying really close attention to the landscaping and all that rock work, because that's what I'm a big sucker for. I love the theming and the landscaping, sometimes even more than the actual rides. But yeah, really neat job on this. And like I said, look at this picture right here. This is just, it's insane. And really cool that these guys, they thought to do this and actually get these pictures down in there. And, I just want to give these guys, the whole Rex Howard's landscaping guys, just the biggest props, because these guys are really essential in the storytelling. I hope they realize that, because their work in this creek, it is going to be there for years and years and years. Who knows how many millions of people are going to come see this creek and, these rocks and this pond and this land and experience that. And I know it's probably a lot of pressure on them, but I'm sure in the end, it is all worth it for them. And like I said, I am so thankful for the couple people that reached out and told me to go check out their Instagram, and can just just keep us abreast to what's going on throughout the winter time and what they're able to get done. And especially when that thing starts filling up with water, hopefully I can come back and kind of give you guys, or get you guys, more updates as they post. And we'll just kind of have to see how this rolls. And like I said, hopefully we'll get down in there ourselves in February, and maybe see some of these guys down in there, and some of these other park vloggers. I think it's going to be really neat. And once again, I have to give a huge shout out. You guys go check them out on Instagram at Rex Howards Landscaping, and go check out their website. Really cool bunch of people, and they've got a bunch of projects going on and stuff they've done that I think you guys will think looks really cool. And yeah, so just give me a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe for more Dollywood content and more behind the scenes Wildwood Grove action. And yeah, thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you guys.